That's where that happens. That's where you create a version, you create an opportunity, you create some result.
I'm reading Joe Dispenza's book, Becoming Supernatural, and you just came back from a retreat with him. And there's a concept in there that I'm trying to wrap my head around. It's calling your energy back. So it's like bringing your energy back from like the past and the future and like detaching so that you have more energy in the present to create. And I'm like trying to figure out what that means and then how to do it.
Easy, easy,
Okay.
easy. Okay. When your thoughts go to the past, they're usually accompanied with an emotion. If your past is, if you're going back into traumas or places of hurt, your feelings will be of a depressive state. If you are time traveling into the future and you have fear, you don't know what's going to happen, and you are hopeless, you feel hopeless about it, you feel anxiety, that's the emotion that you're going to get. So if you start to feel depression or anxiety, immediately you know that you're out of your present moment. Okay, your thoughts gone into the past or your thoughts have gone into the future. Now, again, we got to be careful because you can also go live in your member berries. I'm using a South Park reference here. And that's when we go back into the past and we say, do you remember those good times? Remember when you were a jock in high school and you were the coolest guy and everyone loved you? And remember those times? Remember? And you can live in those positive emotions of back in the day, but you live in those positive emotions back in the day and they steal you from the present moment where everything is happening. Now, pushing forward with a positive possibility is the only empowering trajectory you can do. Okay, but that has to be done not in the physical, it needs to be done in the void or in the field, as he calls it. So that's where what we talk about as granular visualization, if you've gone into week 1, where we talk about detailed visualization, that's where that happens. That's where you create a version, you create an opportunity, you create some result or something that you're hoping for or that you want to accomplish, and you know you're going to take actions and steps towards creating, but also releasing that it isn't going to happen your way. You are not creative enough to understand how blessings will find their way to you. Listen, I am living a very blessed life, and I have not been able to call one of the most amazing things that have happened to me. Like straight up call it, you know? I knew I was going to be successful. I knew I was going to be a public figure before any of this stuff. That's why I was out there telling bad jokes in LA. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe, and here's a quick word from our sponsor. Hey handsome, this video is brought to you by Keegley Franchise. If you want to have a wholesale business that's as awesome as mine, because it kind of is mine, but it'll be yours, what you want to do is click on the link in the description and figure out how you can have a conversation with somebody on my team and become a Keegley Franchise. Now stop watching me over here and watch me over there, bear. I'm trying to be a comedian. I had this calling, I had this sense in me. I knew all these things were going to happen. Did I have a clue how it was going to happen? No. And understand also that if you are called for a purpose, that it'll always typically be in some form of service. Mm-hmm. So that's what Joe's talking about. He's talking about creating in the moment, creating now, being here. And being present is one of the most difficult things for us to do, right? Because you got 80,000 thoughts that go through your head in a day. Just think of that, 80,000 random firings that go on in your brain in a day. How much of your day is spent time traveling? And you're not even Michael J. Fox.
Yeah.
Being present, especially when you're in your work activities or when you're with relationships and people that you love, man, you know, when I started to take an inventory of where my thoughts were when I was communicating with my wife, right? Say I get off this call and I go and sit down with Nat, and she's trying to talk to me, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm scrolling. And I would start catching myself like, bro, you are not here. Can you imagine how rude that must feel? Do you know how like disconnected she must feel from you? Right? Yeah. And so just catching yourself and then not judging yourself for it, but catching yourself, correcting the behavior, and then moving forward, because it is not going to be a perfect process. It's going to be messy. Thanks for watching another one of my YouTube videos. Now it's your turn to go out and take some action. But before you do, like and subscribe to my channel because the law of reciprocity means you owe me, bitch.